Kings of None.
Good stuff. It's been 5 episodes already.
Oh yeah, like we're legitimate now. the next threshold will be double digits. Man. We'll feel like we're really doing something. So now the goal, I think, is going to be the amount of listeners to be more than the episode number. So it's going to be harder and harder as we go.
We're kind of pushing it
because I think we're about in our at our threshold right now. So we'll see.
Well, yeah, once the episodes start doubling the listeners, then maybe we should have a new hobby. That's funny.
No, it's fine. We love all of our listeners.
Danny gave us a nice little shout out on Facebook the other day.
That's true.
He seems like he's been our most dedicated listener.
He's one of them. Scott is really. It's really.
That's right. Scott, yeah. I don't know.
He likes to talk us up anyway. I don't know if that's just for our benefit or
if he's actually listening.
Or if he's actually, But
I'll take it.
I mean, I noticed that he's wearing his sandals with no socks ever since the last one. I feel like that's... I
know, right? Is that like passive aggressive?
I don't know.
Because he hasn't actually said anything about it.
Right.
But I know he walks
But he does it.
To the press room wearing those.
I don't know if he's trying to get at you. I don't know.
That's yeah, so AP to the Saints.
AP to the Saints, big news of the day because we record this before we actually put it out. So nothing's breaking on here. But as of right this second, it's breaking news. AP to the Saints. So yeah, that's
do you think he's actually going to be good with the Saints?
I don't think he's going to stay healthy. I think that's going to become his new thing. But
broken down guy.
Kinda. I mean, I don't know. Is turf good or bad for him?
Well, it's field turf, so it's not like the old school artificial turf that would rip knee bones out. But it's more similar to grass, so I don't think it's as big an issue as it used to be.
It's not one of those outdoor green rugs on top of concrete anymore.
Yeah, like the Bears had. Right. Yeah, it was terrible.
Just killing people.
That's why half of the league is still concussed from like 1986 to 1993.
No one can walk.
Right, they just had a shag rug and a top of pavement. I feel like AP was done anyways, no matter where he plays.
Right.
Even if he's playing in a padded room. But it made me think though, how many guys, superstars in any sport, actually leave a team closer to their prime and perform just as well on another team?
And still go, yeah.
Not very much. I mean,
right.
Say like 10% of that.
Right. I mean, most teams, if they draft you and you're a superstar, they hold on to you for a while. Right. But I don't know. I mean, AP has a chance. He could go crazy. I mean, one good thing for him is that he has Drew Brees, so it's not like the teams can't stack the line on him.
Exactly, that's a big thing for him.
So it's a good spot. I mean, I feel like from what I heard, like I know he talked to the Patriots, I know he talked to the Saints, like I don't know that he was necessary. I mean, I don't know that the Saints are a contender even with him, but I feel like he was looking for a good quarterback to help himself out.
Right.
That's my thought. I don't know.
Right.
I mean,
career preservation. Right. He hasn't really ever had that.
Right. Because can he catch? He catches out of the backfield? All right.
Yeah, he's serviceable.
He doesn't block, I don't think, right?
He's not known for his blocking.
Yeah.
And I think it's more just that he doesn't want to block type thing. Because obviously he's a beast physically.
Right.
He just doesn't care for it.
He just doesn't really want to.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I mean, I guess the Saints are used to that, though. I mean, they've had Sproles and
Mark Ingram.
Yeah, I don't think he blocks anybody, does he? He just kind of runs people over.
But they have weapons, though, at receiver. You know, his name Michael Thomas.
Right. It's crazy that...
Our boy, Willie Snead, Jack.
Look at here.
We need to bring AP in.
Look at here. As Willie Snead said, we need a running back up in here.
If anyone's listening and hasn't seen Willie Snead, you have to Google him because he looks like...
Just look at his picture and then hear that voice and it seems to make sense. I have no idea what he really sounds like and I don't want to know.
We picture him in a pool hall with a cigarette.
Right.
Talking to the young bloods.
Scowl. Just mad about everything. Give me the ball, Jack. With his knees wide open.
Third person.
Yeah. Look at here, Drew Brees. In full names.
True, everyone's
In full names.
That's awesome.
I love Willie Snead. He had that one great game last year, and we thought we knew about Willie Snead before anybody.
Right, we were kidding about him for a while. Yeah, he had a big game, and then there was nothing.
Then nothing.
A bunch of 40-yard games.
And then that is a guy, Michael Thomas
took
Brandon
over.
Cooks, and it's too many guys. Which is crazy that they can get rid of Brandon Cooks, and their receiving core is not going to miss a beat. I mean,
yeah, they still got a bunch of guys. I think they still have Marcus Colston?
He's probably still there. I feel like he's been there my entire life.
Right, there's certain receivers in the league that have always been in the league. I feel like Andre Johnson is still in the league.
Which he's not, but
Larry
it's okay.
Fitzgerald.
Larry Fitzgerald is still in the league.
Right.
I think Andre Johnson signed with the Texans for a day and retired
Oh, okay.
like last week. But but
Anquan Bolden's still in the league, right?
oh, I feel like he's always going to be in the league.
Too tough
He's going to be
now.
like 60 and still knocking people's heads off. Like I felt that way about Steve Smith too. He just decided he had conquered the entire league and he went home.
Our boy, Steve Smith. Love some Steve Smith.
Yeah. Steve Smith Sr. Give him,
he became
give him
a senior,
proper.
like.
Yeah, we'll give him the proper respect, Steve Smith Sr. So, but yeah, more.
Marshall Faulk jumped out at
Yeah, Marshall
the guy
Faulk's a
that
good
was
one.
actually better on his second team.
Right.
People forget, I think, that he was on the Colts.
That he was even a Colt,
Right.
and they just I don't. What was the reason that he left the Colts?
I have
Just
no
because they
idea.
drafted Edge?
Was that it? Or was he a free agent?
I don't know.
I have no idea. Because, yeah, he was a star and he was
He
young.
was already right. He wasn't old.
I don't think he was ever like a locker room problem.
I don't think so. Right. I mean, I don't know, but right. No, that's a good one though. Marshall Faulk's a really good one. And I know you were talking basketball wise. I can't. Barkley is a good one
Because he was pretty much even with how good he
because
was.
right, he wasn't worse as a son.
No, he was good. And
He was good as a son. He was good as a even after he left the Sixers.
Yeah.
I mean, he was even good. He was good as a Rocket still.
right. I guess you could say nowadays it seems to happen more often, so it's different. Guys change teams.
The guys move a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
You could say like James Harden, Kevin Durant, those guys, but it's a different atmosphere now as far as
Right.
teams leaving.
That was yeah, because I mean James Harden obviously he just needed his chance to be the guy.
Right.
He wasn't going to get that with Durant
And Westbrook.
and Westbrook, and I mean Durant is another one. He left. I mean those are current ones, but yeah, I feel like it's not as much of a thing, especially the NBA now. Like
You're not even expected to stay on the same team forever.
right. The NBA, I feel like there's this. Since the Miami or even the Celtics, like you need the three superstars.
Right.
So like that's the template. So if you're the fourth guy,
You're out.
no matter what. I mean, even James Harden, like
Right.
if they had kept James Harden and moved Durant, they might be in a better place. They might have.
Harden
They
and
might have
Westbrook.
done better
Yeah. Definitely.
with just two guys you can't stop.
Looking
I mean,
back,
you
yeah.
can. It's not that you can't stop Durant. I mean, he can do what he wants, but
He's a different kind of.
it's different. He's a jump shooter.
Right.
Like they go cold and lose a game, and in the playoffs, that's all it can take sometimes. Whereas Harden and Westbrook are just going at the rack
All the time.
continuously. Like
and they seem to be able to get other people involved better.
right.
Durant would.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Durant's kind of the Durantula is a little bit of a black hole, even on the Warriors,
Right. Which is saying a lot.
because
With all them chuckers.
like the whole team wants to shoot the ball. So
Can't stand the Warriors.
I know it took. I mean, they have it worked out now. They're rolling right now. I mean, and Durant has been hurt, so he's not playing that much
Right.
of a role per se. But I know at the beginning it was like Klay Thompson wasn't getting touches. Like it was
Right.
a thing. Like
They had to figure out how
people were
to.
talking about, are the Warriors going to have to move somebody because there's too many?
And they actually lost a few games in the beginning of the year.
Right, but
Now, you obviously are a basketball guy and you understand a lot
Figure
better
it
than me.
out.
I feel like maybe you can agree with this or not, but I feel like the Warriors are bad for basketball in general, especially for younger people watching it and learning the game.
What do you mean? They pass a lot.
But they always shoot three-pointers with,
Play dumb.
3-pointers with 14 seconds left on the shot clock from 27 feet away.
It's ball movement.
I saw
they pass it for 20 seconds, and then Steph shoots it from half court.
Yeah, but last night he shot a 3-pointer and turned and started running back the other side of the court before he even went in. I'm like, that's bad.
That's play number one.
What happened to follow?
Play number one is 4 corners, and then Steph shoots it from half court.
From half court.
The other 4 guys are each in a corner.
I hate it. It's bad basketball.
It's bad basketball, yeah. No, I agree. The problem is that it works if you have the personnel. That's a very personnel-centric thing. Right. But, the problem is people are just going to shoot threes. Like,
I hate it.
I understand. And the issue, right, you're going to lose. There's already no there's no more post-game guys. That's not a thing anymore.
It's obsolete.
So, and you're just going to lose it even more. Like, inside game isn't even going to be a thing. You're just going to have guys that rebound and guys that shoot. Like, there's two kinds of players.
And that changes the whole landscape of basketball because now teams are going to recruit guys for that.
Right. Like,
people are going to pattern their games.
Colleges are going to start using that as a template. And, I mean, it's hard. It's weird because, like, even growing up, like, I'm a huge Rick Pitino guy.
Yeah.
Not his whole thing, but his philosophy is to press you and shoot threes.
Right.
I mean, because you can't, they're stealing, if they're pressing you, that's in transition. Those are layups. But in their half court, they're looking for threes generally. And
that's going back a while. That's
guys like Antoine, and I mean, that's what they were there for, is to shoot.
And that's why he was shooting threes his whole career in the NBA too.
Exactly.
Right. And what was that favorite line of his?
Which
Antoine?
Which one?
How can you? Was it something to the extent of how can you shoot so many threes? And he was because there isn't a 4-point line. I thought that was awesome. 4-point line. They just stay at a half court and fly.
He said some dumb things, but that's a good one actually. I like that one.
And have you ever seen how big he is now? I think we talked about it.
I never did look it up.
Oh my goodness, Antoine.
Poor Antoine.
He is big.
He ate somebody?
Yeah.
That's tough.
He looks like Cedric the Entertainer.
Oh.
Except taller.
Come on.
Yeah. He's big.
Huh.
Yeah.
And Pierce is still playing.
That's crazy, right? Pierce is still playing.
Still playing the same half-speed herky-jerky thing he does. Still doing it.
Weird.
Not a lot. And he's retiring. Like, it's fun. This year was Paul Pierce's farewell tour. Did you know that? Like, he made a big deal out of it. Like, on Instagram.
So. Right. That was insane. Instagram.
Stuff, he did. It wasn't like...
He gave himself a farewell.
Yeah. It wasn't like the year before when Kobe went everywhere and, people gave him presents and stuff.
Well, I thought so, because I remember seeing pictures of him in Boston, and it was like him trying to look sentimental on a bridge, looking out.
Exactly, right.
Like, take that picture.
He really promoted his own farewell tour.
He's crazy on social media.
I love Paul Pierce so much. And, so many things. What he thinks in his brain. I think
he's regular crazy. I like it.
I love it. Right.
Not dangerous crazy.
No, not dangerous.
Crazy.
Just regular crazy. And like he doesn't, he loves himself, but not to the extent that it's obnoxious.
No, it isn't. It's actually enjoyable.
It's funny, actually. Right. It's enjoyable. It's entertaining how much
his perception of how good he is a little bit more than what he actually is, but it works for him.
It helps.
Like, he's a superstar, but his mind, I think he thinks he's like elite top 5 all-time superstar.
Right.
Just funny to me.
Right.
One of the best ever. I can see him writing that on him.
Best shooter ever. That was the thing. I can't remember the quote. He was in a 3-point contest, and I don't know, because his percentage is never great.
Right. He just shot a lot.
He told somebody he was the best shooter in the 3-point contest. And I don't think he got out of the first round, or maybe he did it.
But he didn't mean it as being cocky. It was just matter of fact.
That's what he believes. And I mean, that has to help him, because he's not.
Because by NBA standards, his physical skill set is not above anyone else's. It's probably below.
Right.
And there's plenty of 6'7" guys.
Right.
He's not
He's
overly fast. He can't really jump. He's not super strong. But he somehow finds a way to get it done.
But, right.
He can barely dunk, I think.
It's true. At this point,
Pass him the ball, see if you can dunk.
right?
You know they're laughing.
They're laughing in the back of their mind. Go ahead, Paul.
You can't dunk.
Get it. Get it. He's like, I got this. I'm going to windmill this thing. And he's like, straining. Right. Yeah. He's such a weird guy. I love him. Because, right, he's not a guy who left his team and was great. He was okay. I mean, he hit that one bank shot for the Wizards and told them that's what they brought him. That's what they brought me here for. So
that was an awesome post.
In his mind, I think he thought.
I mean, that's what they brought me in here.
This is
so
to hit
what?
To hit banks.
Lucky banks.
To call bank. Did you call that? Game winners. That's why I'm here. Paul Pierce. I've hit 3 in my career. I've taken 87.
I'm gonna keep shooting them.
Just keep shooting it.
I just picture him on the bench in crunch time now at 38 years old, wondering why they're not putting him in. Like,
like
this is what I do. How come I'm not
clock
in this
running?
game?
He's like looking around,
like, looking at the coach.
What?
How come I'm not in right now?
Why? What's happening? You're gonna put me in for Reddick, right?
Didn't you bring me here for this?
This is what I'm here for. Not JJ Reddick.
How many is he hit?
What is he?
I've hit 3 the past 17 years. How many is he hit?
Right. How many game winners you got? How many rings you got? I got one. Where's yours? He walks around with his championship ring all the time. I did this.
Trying to wear it into practice and stuff. What are you doing? What about other weird stars from the Celtics, like Isaiah Thomas?
What about Isaiah? He's little.
He's little, but he's not overly fast. Or athletic.
Oh, you mean like that's the Celtic thing now?
Guys that don't fit the mold.
We'll take your unwanted superstars without.
Like Isaiah looks like a kind of like an older defensive back that lost a step. Especially the way he carries himself, he kind of lumbers out there.
Yeah, he does.
He lumbers out there like he's 7'2".
But he's
like he's been battling in the paint for 20 years or something.
Right. He's Nate Robinson again.
Minus the hops.
I don't get. I mean, he's better.
He's better, right?
But it's so weird to me. We already had this guy.
Wait, you already had a 5'9", 5'8" guy.
And I didn't like it then. I don't like it now either. Because we'll see. It took Rondo breaking his thumb to make them have a chance.
Yeah. So what is it? 2-2 now?
It's 2-2
as we speak.
Right. This is Tuesday, so they play tomorrow night, Game 5.
But
so
Rondo was eating him alive, right?
Yeah.
What I heard. I mean, I couldn't really watch it because they're at work,
But I think that Rondo's too long
and fast.
And he's just as fast, right? Like,
and that's the thing. For being 5'9", he's not.
That's the issue.
Faster.
He should be faster,
yeah.
Right?
I'm not saying he's slow, but
no, I love and hate Isaiah because I can't take he's the guy, and he's like doing scoop shots and
right.
Like I feel like he's the kid that can't touch the bottom of the net, you know. Probably. Like he keeps jumping and
right. That's your guy.
That's your guy?
That's your superstar. I mean, he's
I don't know. I mean,
he has trouble against our boy,
but he's good. So, I mean, they have to ride it. I don't think the one thing with the Celtics, and I don't think anyone will admit it, but I don't think they expect to be this good with these guys.
Right.
And yet they are. And they might really be the worst number 1 Eastern Conference champ ever.
I think so.
There's a very good chance that's true.
Can you ever remember a number 1 that never really struck any fear in your heart? I mean, if I'm other teams, I'm not really, really worried about the Celtics.
Right. I mean, didn't you look at they're playing the Bulls and you're like, oh man,
yeah.
There's no. I don't look at any team and go, "Oh, the Celtics. That's a good matchup for us."
No,
I feel like it's the other way for other teams. Like, oh, we got the Celtics. Yes. All we got to do is lock down Isaiah, and we got this.
Think about.
And that's what the Bulls did. They put Rondo. Rondo's like, I got it, because I know Rondo's a jerk. I mean, to me, what scared me with the Bulls, which is what happened, is Rondo. Like, the fact that it's the Celtics makes me, because Rondo is such a weirdo. Like, he tries really hard when games are on TV.
Yep.
And when they really matter. Otherwise, it's not that he plays bad, but he has another gear when it really matters. So
when he hits that gear, you're in trouble.
So there's so many things that would push him to that. It's playoffs versus old team.
Yep.
And he's on their guy. Like, I feel like Rondo's just going to lock him up. And he doesn't have to shoot. I mean, he was shooting he shoots more than he used to, which that might be a good thing
Rondo's
for
not over the hill either, right?
Nah, he was a rookie when they won in 08.
He's got to be, 29, 30, is that? Young enough that he's still athletic.
Oh, no, he's still fine, right?
Yeah.
But if he breaks his thumb, so good job, Kelly Olynyk.
Kelly Olynyk did that? Didn't Kelly Olynyk also break Kevin Love's shoulder a couple years ago in the playoffs?
He sure did.
That's his thing in the playoffs. I like that. Get him, Kelly.
I mean, it's almost like he knows that people don't like him. So he's like, how can I
put my
have staying power here in Boston? Yeah.
Hey.
Just start hurting people. Whoever that problem is. Because, the problem's not Jimmy Butler and Dwayne Wade. It was Rondo.
Right.
You get rid of Rondo, it's 2-2 all of a sudden. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
The C's have it now, though.
Now they're going back to Boston for Game 5. So, I mean, hopefully, I want them to win. I don't know how it lines up next.
They play the winner of...
Do you know?
Yes.
You do know.
Washington, Atlanta.
Okay, so like if the
next guy,
right, because if the Celtics lost to the Bulls, which is what it looked like after 2 games, like they were going to get swept.
Now he has to face either John Wall.
Then it becomes, because that series is, if the Celtics aren't in it, whoever comes out of this one is who I'm going for, because I love John Wall and I love Bradley Beal, so I love the Warriors. I mean the Wizards.
Yeah.
However, we have a new friend in Atlanta, so I will turn the floor over to you to talk about our new friend.
So Atlanta is the team we watched, me and Sage watched was in February.
Right, you went to the Celtics. You went to the
Celtics game, just the one game, and you noticed on the court there was a player with the last name looked like Schroeder to me, but stuck out, and he was a black guy. He had kind of like a blonde highlight in his hair, whatever.
The Kwame Goldstreet.
Yeah. So old school, like 90s type thing. Yeah, who's this guy? His last name is Schroeder. You don't see that too often. But it had the little like weird dot things over the letters, so it was pronounced weird.
Yep.
Come to find out, his name is Dennis Schroeder.
We give him that voice.
How great is this guy?
Dennis Schroeder.
So he's a black German guy.
Black German.
And he can play.
He can ball. And I tell you what, he is going to kill Isaiah.
Because he's done it.
Same reason. Same as Rondo. He's too long.
Too long and too fast. Super fast, actually. In the game that I watched, he lit the Celtics up. They had no answer for him.
Right.
So
he's one of those guys too that like I didn't, until you told me who he was, I had no idea who he was. But he's getting like 20 and 10 and like
we're following him every night.
He's a legit guy.
Every night it's
nobody even knows who he is.
Nobody knows, and he's averaging, I think he's averaging 17 and 8?
He is averaging, yeah.
Or something like that. That's solid. But how does no one know who this guy is?
But in the playoffs, he's over 20 a game.
Wow, so he's actually turned it up.
He had 27 and they're 2-1, right? 2-1 Wizards right now.
Yeah.
He had 27 in the win, but he's been over 20 all 3 games.
And that's against John Wall, right?
And they're going at each other. Have you watched any of it?
Just a little bit, yeah.
John Wall had a ridiculous, like, behind the back to himself, and then he dunked on Dennis and stared down Dennis Schroeder. I mean, those two are going at it, which is awesome. Like, that's always
I love that competitiveness.
Fun to watch.
But
two guys, because even John Wall. I mean, I know people know who John Wall is, but John Wall is so good.
He doesn't get doesn't get enough credit for being as good as he is.
He's so good, and he's not. Because he's not mouthy.
No.
And he's not really flashy. I mean, going behind your back and dunking on somebody is flashy to me, but it's not like, because so he came from Memphis, or he came from Kentucky? Memphis.
Yeah.
But he played for Calipari, right? Him and Derrick Rose.
But John Wall has to be one of the top 4 point guards in the league, no?
I think he's better than Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose is just fast.
Right.
I mean, especially now that Derrick Rose is all broken, but even when he was an MVP, I mean, I don't know. John Wall's always been right there to me.
I feel like either John Wall or Dennis Schroeder are going to light up the Celtics.
But I feel like they're both bad.
Bad matchup.
But, like, is that every team?
Whoever. Yeah.
Because it's only the good teams now, so...
Every team has a decent point guard.
Right.
Yeah.
The Cavaliers have Kyrie. I mean, I don't think... And I don't want to talk bad about it. I love Kyrie Irving too. So, but I don't know that he loves to play defense.
No.
He's got
Drew?
Stupid handle, but I'm not sure that he loves playing defense.
Right, and Toronto has Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
We'll see. I just like the idea of Dennis Schroeder talking junk in
German or
South American, South African accent.
Because before we looked him up, we made up a story for him because that's what we like to do, and we had him as South African,
like one of those guys from Lethal Weapon 2,
and very proper in his trash talk.
So ridiculous.
Prepare for your undoing. What? What did you just say, man? Dennis Schroeder.
After every shot.
He said his name.
With his hand in the air.
Yeah.
Dennis Schroeder.
So you look back at him. Then he puts his hand down. Then he puts down the gooseneck. Oh, Dennis Schroeder. I love him. But yeah, so we'll see. I mean, that's a good series. And I've only really got to watch a couple of games, but one of them luckily was an Atlanta Wizards game. Hawks Wizards. I hate when people do that. That's why I had to correct myself. Say the city.
For one, the city and then
like Atlanta and the Wizards. Oh, it drives me crazy. One or the other.
Yeah, I think I'm right that they play those because they're 4 or 5. So that means Celtics play.
Okay.
That's how that works, right?
Should be.
And the 3 and 6
right, because the 3-6 would play the 2-7.
That's what I thought, yeah. Right.
Which is what? That's
Milwaukee.
That's Milwaukee and Toronto?
Right. I think Toronto's up 3-2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did they play last night? Because I missed it. They did. Okay.
Which is also a good series because they have to. Milwaukee has the Greek Freak.
The Greek Freak?
Yeah. Which I'm sure the Celtics wouldn't have an answer for him either if they played.
Right.
6'11" long guy that does everything.
That just dunks on people and is nasty. And my boy, Jabari Parker.
Ooh. How's he been this year?
I don't know. He's only okay. I mean, the Bucks are good.
They got Michael Beasley.
But
don't forget about my boy Michael Beasley.
I'm going to forget about Michael Beasley. I will forget about him every single time. But yeah, Michael Beasley. Is he like 80?
He's old.
He's another one.
Yeah, he's a solid
forever.
37. Malcolm Brogdon. They got a bunch of random dudes on.
Who?
Malcolm Brogdon.
That's a real guy?
Yeah, from Milwaukee. He's good.
Why do you know about the Bucks so much?
I caught like 5 minutes of the game the other day. And I was trying to figure out who's on this team.
Who are these people?
Like every year, there's always an NBA team that. How are they good?
Right.
And you don't know any.
It's usually the Hawks.
Usually. Right, you had a good point about the Hawks the other day.
Who are these guys?
How are they good every year?
How are they good? Right. And then when guys become known, they get rid of them. We don't need you.
We're right, like Jeff Teague was gone and
gone.
Horford's
gone.
Right.
Millsap's next. You gotta know your days.
Joe Johnson too.
Yeah, don't need you. Don't need you. We got a bunch of German guys we're bringing in. Dennis Schröder.
Right, they have... Who else is on the Hawks? Oh, what's it? Theo Salosha? Was that his name?
Cephalosha?
Cephalosha,
okay.
Yeah. And they have...
I didn't even know he was a Hawk, but yeah.
He is.
He was on the Thunder.
He's a Hawk now.
But now he's a Hawk. Cephalosha.
Dwight
Howard's had a resurgence.
Yeah.
Paul Millsap is tough. He's tough for the Celtics. They don't really have a guy that can guard athletic four. Put Olynyk on him to break his leg or something. Amir Johnson just can't do it.
Amir Johnson shouldn't be in the league.
That's hard. That's hard.
I hate when I see him out there on the court. I feel like he's got no kind of ability to score.
Poor Amir Johnson.
Average at best on defense.
He's got a cool name.
It is a cool name.
Amir Johnson. Sounds like a fashion designer. Yeah. I'm wearing an Amir Johnson tonight. Feeling good.
They got a discount on Amir Johnson's at Marshalls.
You can't believe where I got this Amir Johnson. It was only $60 at Marshalls. Woo!
That's funny.
I'm still trying. Even while we're talking, I'm trying to think of guys who were good when they left their team, and I can't come up with any good ones.
Not a bunch,
right?
It isn't.
Because like KG won when he left the Timberwolves, but
was he as good?
He wasn't. He was a different guy.
Right. When he was the Wolves, he was
doing everything.
Everything, yeah.
And just
a beast.
Jumping over people and he just came here and played defense.
Yeah. Was a vocal leader.
Yeah, I mean, he was important. He was obviously important, and he played at a really high level. Just a different guy, which is what you have to do when you get older. I mean,
but they had a bunch of nice pieces like Ray Allen, Rondo.
Right.
He fit in well.
Well, we know who the linchpin was. We just ask him; he'll tell us. Paul Pierce will tell us how much he meant to that team. So.
I really do just picture him writing one of the greatest ever.
If he writes a book about his career,
and he writes, oh yeah,
I'm buying it. I'm gonna have a hardcover first edition, and I want to know what he thinks. Right? Oh, I can't wait. I mean, you can't deny him. I don't know why we keep coming back to Paul Pierce, but he scored so many points.
They made men try to deny him. They tried to stab him.
What is it?
And he was still on the court a week later.
He's fine. A couple Band-Aids.
They stabbed him in the back and the butt, didn't they?
How many times?
A lot.
He got stabbed
half a dozen times.
Yeah, more than 2 handfuls.
That only kept him down for a week. He was shooting jumpers
Yeah, that's fine.
People forget that he got stabbed up.
Did he get stabbed up?
What did he do to deserve that?
If I had to guess, it was run his mouth and say things that didn't really make sense or weren't really true.
Especially if he's in the club and he had a few cocktails.
Right? You can only imagine what he says then. Then what happens? Oh, Paul.
Jerry Rice played for the Raiders after the Niners. He was 40 playing receiver.
Was he great, though?
He wasn't as good as he used to be.
Yeah.
He was good.
I mean, right. I mean, there's plenty of guys that went. He did.
Well, I know one. I just thought of one. Terrell Owens.
Oh,
he was just as good for the Eagles. And
he was. He was good as a Cowboy too.
Yeah. But they keep him out of the Hall of Fame.
He forgot how to catch with his hands as a Cowboy.
That's right.
I remember that being a thing. He was still good though. You just had to hit him in the chest.
Yeah, because he was dropping everything.
Yeah.
But once he got the ball in his hands, he was
still dynamite.
Yeah, dynamite.
Right. You just had to get it to him. Who else?
There's got to be more guys. Emmitt Smith wasn't good for the Cardinals. You forget about that.
Right. Montana did not.
Montana?
Yeah, Joe Montana did not bring the Chiefs to the glory land.
No. He was never the same after he got Well, maybe I'm lying, but I feel like he was never the same after he got busted up by Jim Burt. But I think that was early in his career.
That was really early.
I want to believe that hit was life-changing. That hit was the worst hit I've ever seen and nobody ever talks about. It was like he got hit by a real car on the field. The way his body flew.
A real car. Not a fake car. A real car.
Somebody disguised Jim Burt as like...
As a Volkswagen?
Ford Focus.
Yeah.
So just doesn't even have to be a big car. He just got destroyed.
If I had a lot of free time, I would make that video happen for you. Where I'd superimpose a car over Jim Burt.
Montana
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can post that hit on the Facebook Kings and On page for people to see.
I feel like you want that Bills hit on Brady to be like career changing too, and it wasn't.
Probably in a good way though. He stopped trying to run after that.
It's like maybe I should just throw the ball.
That preserved him for a while. Yeah, because he got his head taken off on that.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
Yep. He's all right though. Yeah, I don't know, but that Patriots segues us nicely into the NFL draft.
You get excited.
Which, right, we're in another weird spot like we were with the... What was that with? Oh, with the NBA trade deadline. We're recording this before it happens, but you're going to hear it after.
Yeah.
So we're not great on our timing yet. But that's okay. But we can still talk some draft. I don't know.
I didn't do a whole lot of research on the draft. I know a little bit, but...
What's your Bears update?
Well, I want the Bears to go for one of the flashier positions like quarterback, running back, or receiver. They picked up Mike Glennon at quarterback, so I know that they are definitely not set there. I don't think anyone's ever set with Mike Glennon, so
Come on!
I would love for them to draft a quarterback. And like I said, running back, they definitely need help at receiver. Defensive back. I mean, it's the Bears, so they could probably use help everywhere. Long snapper.
You're going to draft one? Where are they, 3?
3.
You're going to draft a long snapper at 3?
But from what I'm seeing in the mock drafts, it's either a defensive lineman like Jonathan Allen or a defensive back like Marcus Lattimore or Buda Baker.
That's who you want.
Yeah, that's a great name. So
No, yeah, I heard. What have I heard? I saw one. I think Lattimore is who. He's Ohio State.
Yeah,
he's like a corner.
Yeah, I think so.
Because who else do they have? The Kyle Fuller
at corner, but then they're kind of weak everywhere else. I think.
Don't they have Prince Mukamura now?
Makamura,
whatever it is.
Yeah, but yeah.
So they need a corner.
They need one. I mean, he was for Jayville, and Jayville let him go. So what does that tell you? Jacksonville doesn't want you, then you're like one stop away from being out the
But
league.
his name's Prince Mukamura.
Right, I mean, based on a name, that should get you a shot anywhere.
Prince Mukamura and Buda Baker sounds like a good... That's trouble. That's trouble. Good face. Some crazy weird cats this week.
But then you got Kyle Fuller, which is pretty standard name-wise.
But he's the good one. That's how they sneak up on you. Because, right, the thing I was saying that... I don't know if I was reading.
They also have Crevon LeBlanc, who actually played really well last year.
That's a cool name,
that's
too.
That's a great name.
Crevon.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Crevon LeBlanc.
I just didn't want that name to be forgotten.
No, that's a good one. So he's another corner? And he was all right?
Yeah, he was good for the Bears.
I forget if I was reading it or I saw it or wherever I saw it. But what they were talking about was that Kyle Fuller is underperforming, but I thought he's just been hurt, right?
Yeah,
he was not healthy.
He was not healthy. He missed like 12 games this year. Of course you're going to underperform when you're not playing.
Was he hurt the year before, or the year before is when he was good?
He got hurt towards the end of that year, but
he was good,
he was
right?
Good.
Yeah,
when he was in there.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, to say someone's underperforming when they're injured is not fair assessment.
It's like Gronk had a terrible year this year. It's awful. They better get a tight end. So the Patriots better draft a tight end.
I think that
Gronkowski's done. No. That's not true.
I think that you might be onto something. Well, because they don't have Martellus, right?
Right. No, they don't. And they got who's the guy? They got the guy from the Colts.
Oh yeah, Dwayne Allen. He's actually pretty good.
So I don't know. I mean, the Patriots are for draft are they're hard to talk. So they don't have a first rounder. They don't have a second rounder.
Right.
Because that's Cooks.
Which that deal almost happened, but the Saints didn't want to give up their first round pick.
What, the Butler?
Yeah.
Yeah. But so yeah, their first round pick is Brandon Cooks, and then their second round pick is the guy from the Panthers, Coney Ely.
Yeah, I like him.
So they sent their second round pick for that. So they have a third rounder, and I think they have 2 fourth round picks, but they're gonna lose one to Deflategate still.
Jeez. That's ridiculous.
I believe that's how it works. I don't know if they get to pick. I don't know. So I know they pick 72 and 96.
Yeah.
So I mean,
what do they really need? You know they don't need receiver.
Yeah, it's. I was looking into this a bit because I had time. And yeah, they don't need receiver this year, but it's weird. Next year, there's a lot of free agents.
Okay.
But Edelman, Amendola, and I don't think Cooks. I think Cooks is for 2, and then there's somebody else. It wasn't Malcolm Mitchell either. It might have been somebody that doesn't matter as much. But Edelman and Amendola are both up next year, and I know Ninkovich is up next year. And the things that I've read are that could be what they draft first is a Ninkovich replacement that could be here for a year.
Okay.
Before be a sub, be a whatever.
Right. I feel like Ninkovich is getting a little bit older, right? He could be on the
right.
side.
I feel like he's at the point.
Patriots.
He's at the point where the Patriots are going to let him go unless he wants to play for no money.
Right. Now I did hear that Amendola signed. I don't know if it was just for this year, but he signed. He cut his contract almost in half to play for the Patriots this year.
Oh, to stay?
Yeah, this happened recently, a few days ago, which he was smart to do because they're loaded at receiver and he might just get cut.
Right.
Because he's like kind of like what, the 5th receiver?
Kind of. I'm guessing he's going to return kicks and stuff. Okay. I don't know.
Okay. Which I think I'd rather see Brandon Cooks or someone, but
does Cooks return punts and kicks?
Yeah, he's returning
for the Saints. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
think about it. So
they'll make
from Amendola's standpoint, they have Edelman, Cooks, Hogan, Malcolm Mitchell.
Then
Amendola.
To me, that's their core. Yeah, that's the order.
And then obviously Gronk. So really, he's like the 6th option for passing. You better redo your contract.
If you want to stay, you better be Patriot friendly.
There.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. So I don't know if that's a real thing. You know, they could go for a Ninkovich.
That sounds legit.
Replacement.
Another thing is in the defensive backfield. What? Nobody ever talks about Devin McCourty, but is he getting older too? Aren't you getting to the point where you need to start thinking about replacing him?
You need to think about him?
Obviously, you're going to be all right at corner, but
I think they're okay. Yeah.
And who's the other guy? Patrick Chung?
Yeah, they're both getting older. They could do something with Patrick Chung.
Yeah.
And who's older? Is Chung older?
I think McCourty might be.
McCourty's older. I mean, they both drafted them. You know, they both. I mean, I know Chung left and came back, but the Patriots drafted both of those guys. McCourty's was Rutgers, right? And Chung was from Oregon. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that one. But I don't know. The things I've read are defensive end, outside linebackers. The one name that I like the most is Raekwon McMillan.
Oh, Ohio State?
Ohio State.
Yeah, I remember that.
So that is with that's with their 4th round pick.
I like the combination of gangster rapper and Irish.
Right. Raekwon McMillan. Sounds like a bad made up name.
Come on, so he's got to be between 19 to 20.
You know it's from Wu. Yeah.
Well, it has to be.
It has to be.
Wu-Tang was, 1993? So the parents
absolutely
came up with that name.
There's no doubt.
Raekwon, like, come on, man. You love Wu-Tang that much?
That you named a kid Raekwon.
I would love to meet his parents. What are they all about?
Raekwon. I mean, it's
making me feel old.
I used to, right? That a college kid can be. Yeah, that's
named
true.
After
that's true.
Wu-Tang.
Because when is it? When was that? 90?
It's like 93.
93.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I was about 15 and I thought I was the coolest kid ever.
So yeah, he's named after Raekwon. He's named after the chef.
At least it's somewhat like a regular name. He's not named Inspector.
He's not. Yeah, Ghostface McMillan.
Master Killer McMillan. He always seemed like the odd man out of the group.
Master Killer.
And that's a crappy name.
Pretty much. It's pretty much.
I like that you could still see Wu-Tang members perform in like Newport. I think Inspector Deck was at the Pelham a couple years ago.
Why not?
You know, what happened to your career?
Why are you at Pelham, man? What are you doing here? I wanted to go just to ask him what are you doing?
What are you doing at the Pelham?
I don't expect you to be here. It felt like he was better than that. I guess not. Too. I guess not.
I enjoyed listening to his rap.
Did he have a solo record?
Yeah, he did.
He did? Yeah. I never heard that one.
It was solid. I mean, they were always kind of good because the production was so good.
Right.
You know?
No, Inspector Deck's good. I don't know.
I didn't love You God's album.
Oh, no.
I don't know if they allowed Master Killer to have an album.
I feel like those two are on the bottom of the roster. They're coming off the bench.
Yeah.
They're not starters.
11th and 12th guys.
Yeah. They're not starters. And they're not, like, you know how they're all on each other's. They're not usually the ones that you bring over.
No, they're not big. You've seen Raekwon and Ghostface are interchangeable.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically made albums together.
Not physically, but yes.
But album-wise, you can't even tell the difference. Whose album is this?
Right. No, you don't know.
Right, they're all
yeah, not physically, no. Raekwon at this point looks like
Cedric the Entertainer and Antoine Walker.
Yeah, pretty much. He looks like Antoine Walker, evidently. But, you know, he's the chef. He's obviously cooking something and eating it all. All of it.
Eating it all.
Because I went to Ghostface and Raekwon. I didn't think it was Raekwon.
Really? It was like that?
Before, he was just walking around on the stage. Yep. Like, I don't know. I thought he was like a security guy. Because he's just a big dude.
No, that's Raekwon.
What?
Then he got on stage and grabbed a mic.
Then he got a mic. Oh, no. What happened?
That's funny.
Raekwon hates Ghostface.
But he can still kill it, though, right?
Absolutely. They were awesome. Yeah. No, it was great.
I like that. They did. I like that they're still able to kill it on the stage.
No, they were still great, yeah. Ghostface is still really good. Like,
right.
And he has put out like 100 records.
100?
It just happened. I don't know, and they're all pretty good.
Did you ever? I think you did. Did you ever see the YouTube video of Ghostface dissing Action Bronson?
Yeah.
To like a whole Marvin Gaye song in the background or something?
I think it's somebody not even as cool. Teddy Pendergrass.
That's right. Listen, Teddy.
Because at one point he said, "Listen, Teddy Pendergrass."
Like getting after Action Bronson, who kind of it just sounds like he bit Ghostface's style completely. You know what I mean? His voice and everything, but you know Ghostface wasn't having it and was going off.
He told him. Ghostface told everybody not to bite his style.
Yeah, he did.
He said it. He told y'all.
I think he actually said that in the video.
Awesome. He's awesome. Action Bronson. Is it bad that I won't listen to Action Bronson? Like, out of respect to Ghostface, I feel like he'll never know that.
I think that's one of the coolest things I've ever heard.
But I'm like, you know what?
Because like you and Ghostface are
like we're
boys.
Tight. Yeah, like
that's my boy.
Yo, that's my boy. You dissing right there.
How dare you?
We can go if you want, but I'm not listening to your record.
I love it.
I don't know why. What weird loyalty I have to Ghostface Killer. I just like that he made a video. This is Teddy Pendergrass. Now I want to watch it again. He's so mad, and he's like in a weird room with just a record going. And
Teddy made the song for this situation.
This is what he made it for 25 years ago. 35 years older. The Wu-Tang record's 25 years old.
So good. I heard Wu-Tang made a whole album, right?
Okay.
And they only made one copy of the album. And they sold it to the highest bidder. And it ended up being this guy, this pharmaceutical like tycoon, that he bought the album for a few $1 million. Now there's a whole Wu-Tang album that just this guy owns. This is truth.
That's a real thing?
Yeah, I was talking to my brother about it, and then, I went online and looked it up from a few different sources. So this guy owns this one whole Wu-Tang album
That no one else has ever heard
just
before.
One copyright, that's it. I think RZA has like the masters of it or something.
Well,
but yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That's a weird
Not
thing.
fair.
That's a weird thing to do.
Do they need money that bad?
I don't think so. Because they could just flood the market with records whenever they want, right?
Right.
I'm sure they have stuff like just on file. They could put a record together without even doing any work probably at this point, because you always record, like almost twice as many songs as you're going to end up with, just so you can then go through them. But
choose the best. Yeah.
they got enough B-side stuff to
make a few albums, I'm guessing. Man,
that's crazy. Right, that's how they did that whole. That's how they did the Tribe Called Quest record that came out. It's got Fifas all over it because they just had so much material that they just put on it even.
Right, because he died
after he died. Yeah. So
I didn't actually hear that one. Is that good?
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. They're still good. Even though Q-Tip's wearing weird clothes now, but it's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Like a weird cowboy hat that almost looks more like a poncho. It's fine though. He pulls it off. I mean, Q-Tip
he's at that level of.
He's a pretty cool guy. Yeah, he can do what he wants. Right. I mean, it's still not as bad. Who's the dude that wears the Mountie hat? Is that Pharrell?
Yes, that's him.
That's I don't know. All right. I mean, you can do what you want.
Canadian mount.
That's what it looks like.
Super round.
Yeah, it's super round, but it's got the 4 little indents at the top.
Those hats stink, though. I don't know. The guys see the state police, and they have like belt buckles on the hat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
They're like
that's
pilgrims.
Horrible. And
come on, Rhode Island has the best dressed state police every year or whatever.
But that's
a thing.
What are you gonna do with that hat if you're chasing someone on foot?
Throw it. Lose it. You're gonna lose it.
Take that off. It doesn't even make any sense.
Does it have a strap?
Yeah, it might. Kind of.
So you have to have it on.
But why is there a belt buckle on the top of your hat?
You gotta put the strap around there. Foot chase. I gotta put the strap on. I don't know. I would forget my hat all the time if I was that guy.
Yeah, state police uniforms garbage.
But we have the best one. I don't know why.
Why is it ranked number 1 out of the 50 states uniforms?
Best ever. Rhode Island's the best.
I just picture Hawaiian shirts. Always. Every Hawaiian always wears
shorts, Hawaiian shirts, and sandals.
You know Hawaii has a big street fighting scene?
I believe
they're known for their street fighters. It's weird because you always think of Hawaii as such a tranquil, nice place. But
nope, not anymore.
They're known for the palm trees and street fighters.
Street fighters? Are there any MMA Hawaiians?
Oh yeah.
Who come out of the
Max Holloway.
Who come out of the street fighting scene?
I think Max Holloway might have busted a few heads in the streets. BJ Penn, definitely.
BJ Penn.
Yep. And
yeah, I don't know.
I watched some UFC this weekend, and I saw some.
Good, because I didn't. All right.
I saw Cub Swanson versus Artem Lobov, and you know Artem Lobov is McGregor's boy.
Down with Artem Lobov.
So I got to give Lobov some credit though. I thought he was gonna get smoked like bad.
Yeah.
But I watched the fight, and he actually hung in there for a while. But there was a.
Is that like a big mismatch for him? Or?
Yeah, I feel like Cub Swanson is way above his level. This is a huge jump for Lobov.
Okay.
Cub Swanson's probably like a top 5 guy.
It's fun, like the name Cub Swanson doesn't strike fear into me.
He sounds like an old baseball player, right?
Cub? Come on,
Cub
man.
Swanson. After in the game of pinch hitter. Right?
Yeah. Is that your Joe Castiglione old-timey voice?
Can you believe it?
Cub Swanson, can you believe it?
But yeah, actually, he's like a South Californian, like Mexican type guy.
Oh, is he?
Tattoos, yeah, tons of tattoos.
See, that's not even what I picture. I've never seen him, so I have my image is not that.
What is your image of Cub Swanson?
I don't know. It's like a. He's not that good in my mind, and he's really nice. And maybe I'm making him a Boy Scout because his name's Cub. Make him a Cub Scout. I don't know.
So he's
Just
fighting
picture white bread,
white.
straight up white bread. Cub Swanson.
His picture.
I'll have to look for him.
Mexican American gentleman.
Mexican American
bunch
gentleman.
of like tattoos, looking like a prison tattoos type.
Oh.
And
yeah, I probably see him and go, "Oh, that's not good." Lobos in trouble. I do that all the time. Look at him and go, "Oh no."
oh,
Right. Because I already, if it's one guy that I like, and then if I don't know the other guy just on appearance, oh.
so he's fighting. They're going toe to toe, exchanging blows for like 4 rounds. I want to say in the middle of the 4th round, Swanson has the craziest combination I ever seen. He comes at him, hits him with a left, comes down at the same time, starts to bring his foot up, and head kicks him in the top of the head. Right?
Okay.
Picture, he's like boom, and then as he's
And
coming
then
out,
uses that momentum.
to kick him in the head, and it's awesome. And so Lobov goes back, and then Swanson goes back too, and he does the craziest thing I've never seen.
Who? Still
Swanson. He goes like this. He like celebrates the move, and he's like, and like shoots the gun in the air, and then he goes back to fighting again. I'm serious. Stands straight up, and then starts fighting again. I was like, what? Did he really just do that? I can't make this up. You gotta look at it.
I'll have to find that one.
And that could go on the Facebook page too. I mean, it was so cool. I never seen someone actually celebrate a move like the way you would celebrate any sport.
Because it was one of those things like he's been practicing that for years, and he finally pulled it off in a fight.
Right. So awesome. I mean, he should have kept fighting. He should have pressed his advantage, but the moment just overtook him, and he had to.
He's so excited.
So good. Yeah, that was my only UFC nugget. I feel like every podcast has to have a UFC.
Have to have a UFC nugget. What's the next?
Well, the next big one is the heavyweight championship between Stipe Miocic Jr. Dos Santos, and then the women's flyweight championship. Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Oh yeah,
Jessica. Oh, you found
I was scared to death of this guy. He's smiling.
Yeah, that's Cub Swanson.
He's happy in that picture, and I still am scared. All right.
Yeah, so
sorry, Cub Swanson. Why do I always make enemies? I got Mike Tyson and Cub Swanson after me now. I don't think Ghostface Killer is going to come and save me. He doesn't even know.
Even though you have his back with the whole action.
Even though I'm down with him. Man, I'll take Action Bronson out. Fat white kid. I got you, Cub Swanson.
Our latest McGregor update was I seen a video of him. I guess he's in his kitchen. It looks like our dining room area.
Okay.
And the video leads in with him talking. It's like he's talking to someone about their boxing, and he's critiquing their boxing. He doesn't say who, and he's going over why their boxing sucks. And he's totally boxing and showing what you should be doing when you're boxing. The whole video goes on for a minute, and he's boxing hard in his kitchen.
Yeah,
he's got regular weird, like, looks like prescription glasses from the 70s. You know, regularly like dressed.
Some Westbrook.
Yeah, something like that.
Russell Westbrook
but he just
glasses.
Kind of looks kind of pedophile-ish.
Oh, those kind of glasses.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the round ones.
The round ones, yeah.
No, not the square one. No, Westbrook's the square.
Yeah, it's the round ones.
Oh no. Right. Okay.
But he's just boxing it up, and
I'm sure they cost like $3,000. So
they have to be. What else would it be?
But anyway, yep.
And the way he's describing it, it's funny to me because he's totally dissing somebody's boxing, but then he's showing how he needs to box, and I'm watching and I'm like, damn, if he can really apply this, I think he might have a shot at beating Mayweather.
Yeah.
The more I watch him, the more he convinces me. It's like his confidence is infectious.
Right.
You know? I don't know.
But who? So you don't know who he was?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out who he was talking about.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me that. I thought the moral was going to be that he was watching a Mayweather fight.
All right, that's what I wanted to believe, but he didn't say Mayweather, so for me to say that, I'm just going to be guessing.
Yeah.
So maybe it was Mayweather, I don't know. If it is Mayweather and he's kind of figured out, I believe him because he's figured out people before.
It's kind of his thing.
You know what I mean? If he's talking about Mayweather, then he's figured him out.
Right. And he has to be working on that.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of his move. He knows what you're going to do. That's how he beats you.
He's kind of like a fight prodigy, like mind-wise. He's got the IQ.
Right.
You know? I don't know.
Yeah, you got to have attributes. That's all I know.
You got to have attributes, Joe.
You got to have attributes. I love Conor McGregor. I know, and I can't go against him. Every time I'm like, oh, this is the one where he knocks the dude out.
Easily. Pulls it off.
So I don't know. The only time I thought he got beat, so I don't know. Like Diaz again. Diaz getting nothing from McGregor.
Diaz had attributes.
Oh. Yeah, he's huge.
Yep.
He's too big.
Honk.
Yep. Stay in your lane, Conor.
That's it.
See, he's going to hear that and try to fight him again. Because he listens.
Trilogy.
Well, didn't Diaz want it? And McGregor's like, all right, you come down to my weight.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Which makes sense. I went up to yours and you beat me, okay.
Make it fair. Yeah.
Then I came back and beat you, okay. But he won last, so he gets to call it. Yeah. In my mind, like, that's the thing, right?
You should come down to lightweight.
Like, Diaz beat him, so he stayed up to beat Diaz.
Yeah.
Then it was, all right, I won. You come down. You want to fight me again, you can come down and fight me down here.
Right.
And get lit up. I feel like you would light him up if Diaz lost weight.
So his McGregor looks like a wrecking machine at lightweight.
Right.
His physical, like, he's so much more physical and stronger, it seemed like, at lightweight, which is weird.
Right.
You know? At featherweight, he was too skinny. He looked like he was on the verge of death.
So did everybody that he connected with that left hand, though. They were. Lights out. Explosione. What is the latest on that fight? Like, is it real or is it still all talk?
Just all talk and more just videos of Conor training boxing, which makes you think he's getting ready.
Yeah.
Nothing written in stone at all.
I feel like I mean, it's real.
He wants it.
It's whether Mayweather will do it or not.
I guess it's just all about the money, right?
Mayweather gonna,
They gotta make the money, right?
Mayweather's about the money, yes. And is he just gonna drag it out until he gets the money or Conor loses interest? I mean, that's what basically is what it is. Because I don't think Mayweather doesn't care about the fight. He doesn't.
No,
he cares about the paycheck.
That's it. Where I think McGregor is a little bit both. Obviously the money, but I think he also wants to.
I feel like McGregor is always money minded, but he wants to be the greatest fighter ever, and that, to me, that's the whole point of him doing it. Like,
just to make I'm the best combat
even more
guy.
Legitimize himself as that's what he would have to do. Like, I'll fight boxer, I'll fight anybody, like, you know, like that kind of thing.
If he wins that fight, he's Babe Ruth, Joe Montana, Tom Brady. He's on that level of sports star. Michael Jordan, he's in the name with all those guys, Muhammad Ali.
You have to talk about him,
puts him on that
you gotta talk about Ali and Tyson and Conor McGregor, and you have to,
and he'll be unbearable.
It'll be awesome though. It's fine when it's the guy you like. Well, it's not fine, you know. It's like, you know, there's always those guys that, like, you like them when they're on your team, but hate them when they're not on your team.
Right.
And not that we're on his team, but I like them, so it's okay. I don't mind. I love it.
Sometimes
his
I
mouth
can't
is
stand him.
awesome.
Sometimes I love him. I'm just more amazed at him. Everything, the whole thing, the whole scope of, from him knocking people out to standing on top of Lamborghinis and tight suits to everything.
The only thing I don't like is the spread eagle on the hoods of cars pictures.
I like that he exists and that he's not from a movie.
Right, because that's what he looks like. Right,
because if they made the movie about him, or if they made a movie and a guy was going to be like, that guy doesn't exist in real life.
It's going to be really expensive to make that movie. You're going to have a lot of neon colored cars. A lot of them. All different.
I don't know if anybody can actually play Conor McGregor.
Can play him. He will. He'll do it. Be himself.
Mystic Mac.
Right. I mean, I want it to happen. I want something to happen because otherwise he's never going to fight again. He's going to be waiting for Mayweather for so many years, and he's just going to give up.
Right.
Or he's going to come back to UFC and then be out of, 2 out of sync.
It's almost like he's too big to even fight anyone in the UFC anymore.
Kind of.
Nobody deserves a shot of fighting him.
Who was it? Cormier who said he's only going to fight again if McGregor is the McGregor card?
Yeah.
Is that Daniel Cormier?
Yeah, it was him. I think he's on a McGregor card. Just like
get me paid, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
What else do we got going on?
I don't know. Not too much. I think we're good. I think the Kings of None are good for this for this month.
Episode 5.
Episode 5 in the books. We'll get back to the man list eventually.
That's right. We didn't even cover this. Plenty of time for that.
So much time. Keep them coming back. Find out our wisdom. So Kings of None out for episode 5.
All right. Later.
Peace.